Welcome to the Ant-Man channel. It is Wednesday, the 24th of April, 2013. And a good one at that. Praise the Lord. I have an article in front of me here from WorldNet Daily. I actually had this in my mailbox yesterday, but I just decided to read it now because I didn't have time to read it yesterday. I had a bunch of stuff I had to do, but here is something I wanted to report yesterday. So, I don't even really know what this is about myself. I just had it sitting here. It's under the column Faith, and the writer is Drew Zahn. The article is titled, and it is a WND exclusive, Bon Appetit, most Muslims go wild in demonic ritual. A dark and incomprehensible spirit has possessed the souls of Egypt. There's also a video here involving a chicken. It looks like it's like two men dancing with a chicken. You can only imagine where that's going. A former Muslim Brotherhood terrorist claims a bizarre video released out of Egypt demonstrates the demonic spirit that has gripped the nation since its 2011 Islamic revolution. The video shows a wedding celebration in which a group of men in a frenzy tear apart a live chicken by hand, then scrabble over its pieces to eat its raw flesh. I mean, if you can't believe what you just heard, I can't believe what I just read. The video is a glimpse into the dark and incomprehensible spirit that has possessed the souls of Egypt, claims Walid Shubat, a former Palestinian Liberation Organization operative who has since renounced his terrorist ways. Lawlessness has abounded, excesses have gone unrestricted, and the full force of Islam has greatly dimmed the land with its dark clouds, thundering about and striking without discrimination. Shubat told WND the video comes from a wedding in the Egyptian district of Al-Gharbe, which lies on the Nile River between Cairo and Alexandria. Shubat further reports much of Egypt has descended into chaos and mob rule, with lynchings, rape, and diabolical rituals unknown in our time. He points, for example, to a video from last year in which two thieves were caught in a western province village and without due process were hung upside down while angry crowds mutilated their bodies, spilling pools of blood on the ground. The acts of public executions happen as a result of the lack of trust toward the police, Shubat asserts, and since lawlessness abounds, the people decided to follow an Islamic code of Sharia called Haraba, which is to take the law into their own hands. Shubat provided WND with video of victims burned publicly, whipped and tortured corpses dragged through the streets, violent confrontations and armed mobs outside Christian churches, and the widely circulated video of Coptic woman being raped in broad daylight to cries of Allahu Akbar from the crowd. Allahu Akbar, for all you guys, is kind of important for you guys to know. This is something that they scream every time they kill somebody in the name of Allah. So they always have to say that. Here I go on my rants again, but this is important stuff here. This is you're American and you're living in this country at this time right now, like me and like other people that can hear my voice. So, let me put it this way. The Boston bombing to me kind of signifies a brand new era that we have entered in. I think that we are going to be, if we're not careful, we're going to be infiltrated by Muslim Brotherhood extremists, you know what I mean? Just Muslim extremists. You're going to see a lot more terrorist attacks if people don't wake up, okay? Because I think that the people that are behind this are Muslims and they're infiltrating our country, and that if you're Christian, there's probably going to, there's beheadings everywhere, and especially in Mexico where the Iranians are now, and they're, working with the drug cartels and all that, and they're beheading people, and you could see this all over the internet. But this is coming to this country now. And if you're not, if you don't wake up, then you're not going to be ready, because you got to know that you have an enemy. His name is the Muslim extremist. He doesn't like Christians. He doesn't like Americans. I don't care what color your skin is. They don't like you, period. And they come in the name of peace, but they have a system of they follow a pattern, a tendency, if you will, to they make friends out of people they don't like, and then they cowardly attack you while you're not, you know, they pretty much deceive you and betray you on purpose in the name of Allah to, it's in their law. Make friends with a Christian, get his trust, and then kill him if you can. You know what I mean? That is their religion. I'm not making this stuff up. I've kind of, heard it over and over again. It's all the same stuff. And if they tell you that's not what it is, then they're lying to you. Duh. And that's what you got to watch out for. The enemy is a liar. That's his greatest weapon. And he relies on fear and ignorance to get it through you. One Egyptian commented on YouTube what happened to the good old days when the Hosni Mubarak was in charge, in which no one dared to do such things, because in his time there was law and order and an iron fist to whoever breaks it. We have warned about this, Shobat said. Egypt will begin to enforce the Islamic sanctioned Haraba, the code on punishments being applied. Oh yeah, and by the way, they're teaching Sharia law in public schools now. While they have days like Stomp on Jesus Day, in which when you take a picture of Jesus, you throw it on the ground and then you stomp it out on the ground. This is in public school, by the way. And they're teaching your children Sharia law, and they're teaching a Muslim... I remember that there was one article with a teacher who made a student wear a turban because he didn't get a question about Sharia law right. This is real. Look it up on Google. Google it or startup page it. If you don't want to be, because Google watches all of your, they watch you very close. And this has to do with the whole police state going on in Boston. I have some videos that are really shocking and they're very disturbing. When you see militarized police going door to door, making sure you're in your house. That's, Big Brother and Big Sis are watching you. And they want to watch you very closely, and they want to put their hand in you. They want to take all your privacy. They want to take your guns. They want to take your freedom away from you in this country. And those people that don't like what they're hearing, I'm not trying to fearmonger here. That's just what I know, and that's what I see. I'm not trying to scare you. If you're getting scared, it's just because you can't handle the truth and you can't handle reality. Okay? Reality, I saw there is a statistic which people who drink are more... they have higher IQs than most people who drink. That was that was a surprising statistic that I read, because I know that people who drink are people who live in reality. They have good jobs, probably. They contribute to the community, so they do what they're supposed to do. And then pretty much, when you're in reality hammers you, man. It wears you out. It gets you, you get tired out there, man. Giving until you have nothing left. It's very wearisome. So these people tend to drink, and that's what I saw. You know what I mean? And it's kind of, I'm just saying, it's just people have to escape reality sometimes, and just get a, pretty much bottle of wine and a steak and just chill out, and just watch some UFC or whatever you do. Saturday, my last Saturday was like an eye-opener, because that's what I did. I took a break from reading the news. I didn't really do much of what I usually do, and I just watched some TV. And it's really nice, to be honest with you. And when you don't do it all the time, it actually becomes something that it's like a privilege. You start to look at it like it's a privilege. Like, it's like, yes, I have time to just have time to myself, and I'm glad that there's TV. I'm glad that there's cable. I'm glad that there's entertainment out there. But that's not what it's all about. If you're just all about having a good time, you're missing out on a lot of things. You're missing out on developing character, developing ways to get through it all. You're not practicing anything good. So one Egyptian, I read that. We have warned about this, Shobat said. Egypt will begin to enforce Islamic law. I read that. To Shobat, a former radicalized Muslim who turned from his life of jihad after converting to Christianity in 1994. The reports of anarchy in Egypt reflect a prophecy in the Bible's book of Isaiah. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Isaiah 19:14. So there's that article, if you want to go check it out for yourself. There's a pretty ugly video on it too. It's under Bon Appetit, Muslims Go Wild in Demonic Ritual, under WND.com. This is a exclusive. I'm probably gonna check out this video because I'm curious, and you know what they say. You know what they said about the curious, cat in that one common saying. I'm probably gonna really regret watching this, and I'm probably gonna get disturbed by it, but I kind of can't help it. I guess that's temptation at its worst right there. But anyway, if this is your first time to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I read the news all the time, man. I read every single. I'm pretty much well-rounded in the political realm. I can get you up to date. I'm better than CNN or Fox, that's for sure. Peace out.